we built our international system in a model of industrial hierarchical organization to ensure that the norms that we value and the laws that we value aren't compromised with sudden changes in the world, and that they're robust enough to deal with contemporary challenges. The problem is that this new domain has added an element to the international system that I'm not sure these institutions are capable of adapting to. There's four challenges I think that these institutions face. They need to address head on. The first is democratic legitimacy. Increasingly, people are disconnected from the means with which we give these institutions power and authority. So in Sweden, for example, in the Netherlands, we have emergence of the Pirate Party, who has a concept of liquid democracy, where citizens are in a real-time way engaged with the governance of their society through technology platforms. I think we need to be exploring these types of uses of technology to bring legitimacy back to the institutions that we value in our society. We also need to deal head-on with the creeping role of the surveillance state. We as a society have allowed this remarkable infrastructure to emerge that I think affects our behavior in profound ways. It affects our ability to dissent in society, this necessary escape valve in society of dissent, and civil disobedience, I think, is being eroded. And I think it challenges our ability to hold government to account through investigative reporting. Reporters can, for example, no longer claim to protect their sources. And it just has this profound eroding force in our society. And I think governments and societies through them need to figure out a way of backing away from this twin surveillance state we've built in this partnership between governments and the entire private sector that's based around, whose economic model is based around civilians giving data and openly allowing themselves to be surveilled to these corporations. We have to find a way of backtracking from that. Third, I think we need to find a way of protecting the network itself. So there's been a whole host of debates around internet governance, and this conversation has largely been driven by states through state-based institutions. And for us to tackle this head-on, I think we need to bring in the groups who actually have power in this space into the conversation. And this means more than just the groups that we like. And finally, I think we need the state generally and the current contemporary institutions of our society need to think about the accountability in algorithms. Increasingly, algorithms drive a tremendous amount of human behavior. All of our activity online and increasingly in the physical world is encroached on and ruled by algorithms that are programmed by people that have all sorts of inherent biases in them of the institutions and people who designed them, but that we know nothing about. We don't know what the Google search algorithm is made up of. So I think we need a way of holding these algorithms that have increasing power in our society to account. And these are just four areas we need to dive into, but I think there's a host like this that really pose a fundamental challenge to the institutions of our society.